Hello YouTube, it is Nightshade Moon here, and I am just wanted to come on and do a quick video. It is, dark out and my family's asleep, so I'm not trying to talk or be too loud. But I'm just sitting here in the kitchen, and I have some incense and some candles burning, but I just feel really inspired to make this video. Inspired by the live witchy chat video between Lady Gravedancer and the Witchy Bear about ghosts and spirits and stuff like that, and I just really wanted to share my personal opinions, or how I personally work with spirits, and just, there was a lot of questions going on about, how to do certain things, or protecting yourself and communicating with your spirit guide. So I just kind of wanted to like touch base about that a little bit. So I believe that everyone is open to spirits. I believe that as you grow older from birth, and then as you grow older, your brain kind of starts blocking out that information, due to your brain, I believe, feeling that it's unneeded. And some people are either totally blocked off or partially blocked off for the rest of their lives, and I feel that everyone has the ability and everyone can tap into it at any time. You can open it or close it, I feel, at pretty much at any time. I personally feel that I have been open my entire life. Not fully. I wish. I've been working for years and years to fully open, my psychic awareness and things like that. And again, I feel that I've been open, most of my life, and mostly open or half open. I don't know. I just know that I'm not fully, I don't have my ability or my gift where I would want it to be. I can sense spirits. I can see them, feel them. I can look at a place. We could be driving by somewhere and I can look and just know that there's something there. To me, it's feelings, uneasiness maybe, or depending, it's warm or cold spots, depending. And I know everyone's different. Everyone can sense spirits in a different way, and sometimes there's multiple ways to sense them, and some people can maybe sense them a little bit of each way that there is, or only certain ways. I also feel that I maybe get goosebumps. I mean, that's kind of cliche, but that's just part of how it is for me. Also, I'm trying to think on top of my head. Like I was saying, I could drive by somewhere and look at a house or a building and just know something is there. I get messages in my dreams. It's almost like someone places a voice in your head that's not, it sounds really crazy, but it's not your own. You just know, I'm sorry, my iPad's falling over, but you just know that it's not from your own subconscious, that it's coming from somewhere else. Trying to think. I guess as ways to protect yourself, when it comes to trying to do any type of communication work, I definitely, I bubble myself. I, envision a really brightest light you've ever seen in your life around myself and the location I'm in, and my spirit guides know as well to work with me and to help me maintain that protection for me. And besides the bubbling and everything, I know that if there's any spirits that come in to me to try to talk to me, I have a specific question that I ask, and that is, I ask them if they are here for my greatest good and my highest advancement. And if I get a good vibe and a yes from that, then I know that they can stay, and I can communicate with them safely, and my spirit guides know as well, who to let in and who not to let in to my bubble, my personal bubble. And if anything came through that I'm not sure about, my spirit guides already know, and they already take care of it pretty much for me. And then, but if by some chance that they do not, they have to leave. yes, I believe that spirits can attach themselves to people in certain circumstances and stuff like that, but they have to know that they have to leave. And, they have to obey your wishes. It's like if you're getting woken up constantly in the middle of the night by someone talking to you while you're trying to sleep and stuff. I believe in the spirit world, they don't know like the time of day like we would. It's like, oh my god, I'm asleep right now, go away, don't you know I'm asleep? They don't know that. It's what I believe, that they don't know that. And so they'll just come to you whenever. I firmly believe that everyone who has the gift or is open to communicate with spirits is like a light in the dark. And I believe that spirits are like moths and they are drawn to our light. And so that's why a lot of people might get just everything and anything trying to come in and bother them or, bombard you. And you have to have those boundaries and those bubbles set up for yourself. So one of the things that I do besides the question that I ask, which, are you here for my greatest good and highest advancement? Besides asking that and besides bubbling myself, I also work with some excuse me, I can't talk tonight. I work with some visualizations that help, kind of open your third eye. And it's pretty much like a grounding and centering, but with more visualization with that, where with every breath in, you envision this really bright white light coming in from way out in outer space. And you envision it coming in through the top of your head, like up here in your crown, and filling your body with the white light. And then you envision it doing that and then escaping out through the bottom of your feet and go way down into the core of the earth. And that's what I visualize for every in-breath. Every breath in, I visualize this. And then with every exhale, I visualize from way in the core of the earth a bright red light coming up from the core of the earth and up through the soles of my feet. And it fills my body, and I visualize it coming out through the top of my head and going way back out into outer space, similar to where I brought the white light in from. And I do that for maybe a few moments or so, just until it feels right for me. And then, I kind of just calm my mind. And for me, communicating with spirits isn't like talking out loud like I'm talking to you. And sorry, there's like a commercial on my Pandora. I hope it's not too loud, and I hope you can hear me good. Again, I'm not trying to be too loud because my family's asleep right now. So, and that is my window making noises behind me because it's cracked open and it's a little windy and rainy out. But anyway, so when I communicate, it's not like a talking out loud type of deal. I focus on feelings. I focus on what I feel. If I hear anything, if I sense and smell anything, I kind of concentrate on my senses rather than just my ears. And, because if you force it with your ears, I feel like it doesn't work for me. So what I do is I just kind of focus on my senses, focus on, how I'm feeling. Do I feel like any kind of sad feelings? Do I feel like I'm being watched? Do I feel like, there's someone else in the room, someone standing behind me, anything like that? And if any conversations take place to where I'm asking, like, I usually ask my spirit guides if there's anybody specific I want to communicate with, or if somebody, comes through and they answer the question the right way and, there's good vibes about them and everything like that, then when I communicate, it's usually just it's all in here. It's I don't speak out loud because, it's kind of like if you're working with deity, you don't need to vocalize what you're saying to them. Everything can be just right here. So for me, that's how it is. And, I used to actually, it's really funny because back on the subject of my gift really not being like where I want it to be when it comes to it, I'm not as open as I would like to be with my, abilities. I used to take these development classes, these psychic development classes years ago. This was over 10 years ago. And these were two, well-known, well, one very well-known, but two well-known, psychics of the local South Jersey area. And they used to hold like weekly circles where you would go and they would do like a group guided meditation, and then after the meditation, when everyone's mind was calm and relaxed, you know, we would all try to see what messages would come in and stuff like that. And I had actually had the pleasure of finding out at one of those, you know, weekly circles. I had the pleasure of finding out from one of the, you know, people who were running it. One of the well-known psychics told me exactly who my spirit guides are, and I do know that I have two spirit guides. They're both male. At least these are the only two that I really know of, and I don't really feel that there's more than that around me, unless it's like family members or ancestors coming in to, you know, visit or whatever, just popping in. But I believe, from what I can remember, and it's funny because I didn't really think about it until after this was brought to my attention about, you know, these two male spirit guides that one of whom I've seen and remember speaking to when I was a child. And I remember my aunt kind of coming outside and she was like, oh, who are you talking to? Your boyfriend or something? And I had to have been like, I don't know, 5 or 6. And I'll just never forget that I had such a moment of clarity when they were explaining to me what he looked like. And I was just like, wow. Like, I remember talking to him like clear as day, like I could be talking to any of you, you know, in person. And it's just, it was insane. But, you know, I know if you really want to reach out and like you haven't figured out who your spirit guides are or anything like that, just ask them. You can ask in your head, you can ask out loud, but just, you know, do the bubble of the white light protection and everything around yourself and where you're at. Maybe burn some incense, have some candles, calm your mind, and just ask. You know, spirit guides, are you here with me right now? And there's a car driving in the alley behind where we live anyway. You know, are you here with me right now? You know, can you tell me who you are? Anything like that, that really helps. And, you know, once you start communicating with them and working with them, they will do everything they can to protect you from any kind of, you know, astral, spiritual nasties that could try to come in and talk to you. Because, again, I feel like anyone that is open is like a light, especially kids. But anyone that is open to spirits is like a light in the dark. And they're just anything, it'll be drawn to you like a moth to a flame, you know. So they will definitely work with you, you know, in, you know, helping protect you and all. And I'm sorry that if this video, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm just trying to remember all the things that I really wanted to, you know, touch base on in this video. So if there's anything maybe like that you wanted to ask me, or if there's anything that I might have left out, you know, definitely reach out to me in the comments. Or, you know, if you have similar, you know, experiences with how you work with spirits, definitely, you know, reach out to me and let me know in the comments or anything like that. I'm, you know, open to chatting about it. So anyway, I just thought I'd get on here and try to be really quick about it, and you know, and I might be making some other videos this evening. So if you see me sitting in the same spot, the same whatnot going on in the background, you know, same clothes and all, that's just because it's the same night. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and blessed be.